So this site was originally a Norman castle built by Roger Bigod in about 1100. And the Bigods were a powerful Norman family who assisted King William with the conquest of England in 1066, and as a reward he granted them manors and lands throughout East Anglia. That land included this area where this castle sits. So the family properties were inherited by Hugh Bigod in 1120, and Hugh was the son of Roger and was a prominent figure in the Civil War period, 1138 to 1154. That period was known as the Anarchy. In 1136, Hugh raised an army against King Stephen and seized the royal castle of Norwich. To win his future loyalty, Stephen rewarded Bigod with the title Earl of Suffolk. This backfired massively on the king and resulted in Bigod winning even greater respect and support in the region, and he was soon raising an army against the king again. Look at that. I mean, I know it's ruins, but still. When Henry II came into power, he took properties from Hugh, and Hugh didn't get them back until he started to behave himself. The properties were returned to him in around about 1163. Hugh, having not learned his lesson, joined forces with the Earl of Leicester in 1173. They both went up against Henry II and captured the royal castle of Hawley. After a couple of unsuccessful attempts to seize property in Dunwich and Norwich, Henry got together a massive army. Henry won, of course, and Hugh was declared a traitor and outlawed. All his properties were taken from him. I read somewhere that Henry planned to destroy the castle, but Hugh was able to save it by paying about 1,000 marks. So in about 1178, Hugh went off to fight in Syria and was killed, unfortunately. Richard I returned the properties to the Bigod family, but the castle remained unoccupied until Roger Bigod inherited the title of the 5th Earl in 1269, and he decided to renovate the property. He did not occupy the building for very long, dying soon after the renovation was completed in 1297. Roger had no heirs, so the castle went back to the crown and different owners, but apparently remained unoccupied. In 1483, it passed into the possession of the Howards, who were Dukes of Norfolk, and the family continued to own it, apart from brief periods until the late 20th century. In 1934, a programme of excavation and repair commenced, rebuilding parts of the decayed walls and revealing many features which had been hidden during the last centuries. In 1987, the castle was presented to the town by the Duke of Norfolk with an endowment towards its preservation. It's now owned and administered by the Castle Trust and was listed as a Grade 1 monument in 1949. Unfortunately, it's been deemed unsafe now, so you used to be able to go and be able to walk around. You can't at the moment, which is a shame. So all that remains now are the curtain walls, the bailey and foundations up to level of the ground floor windows, and you've got the remains of the defence towers there. Still magnificent though, eh? I would like to go and wander around, but I can't. It's amazing, huh? And it's still standing. Well, most of it isn't, of course, but what's left is still standing. As I've said, it's been deemed unsafe, so can't go and walk in and around, but I think you get the idea. So they would have been, what, round about the ground floor windows, I guess. The two defence towers, one's the other side. So this place has seen its fair share of history, hasn't it? Its fair share of owners. And then left to rack and ruin. But now preserved forever, one would hope. It's a grade, as I say, it's a listed building now, so I'll go around the other side and see if we can see sort of over to that bit somewhere. Amazing. Absolutely right. What do we think of this then? Do we like? I like it, but then I like ruins. You can't see much that side, unfortunately. You see a little bit.